So you keep getting boils and your boils are recurring. Well, it turns out 10% of people get recurring boil within a year after they've already had one. So what do we do? You see, boils, if you don't know, are also known as furuncles. They are painful and pus-filled growths that form in hair follicles or oil glands. And yeah, they can be both painful and large and are most commonly formed by these guys here, Staph aureus. And when they return, let me tell you, it can be frustrating. So let's start by getting to know how on earth did the boil return, which is going to give us clues on how to prevent future breakouts. Also guys, share this video if you know someone who's going through a boil or who has had one, and if you could, give this video a like down below too. It takes 2 seconds and I'll try to be as thorough and helpful as I can for you guys. I'll also be sharing a bonus tip at the end which can definitely be a game changer too, and feel free to comment down below what has helped you as well, which I'm sure is going to help others who are reading the comments in this video as well. The first reason your boil is back is because you may have overgrowth of the germ Staph aureus, and the condition is known to be called furunculosis, which means the tendency to get recurring boils is more frequent. Recurring boils can even happen up to 3 to 4 times within a 12-month period, which I know sucks. The problem is this germ becomes methicillin resistant Staph aureus, which means the germ becomes resistant to standard antibiotics and becomes even stronger and harder to get rid of, especially in some parts of the world. They also love to hang out in warm, moist skin folds such as behind the ears, under the breasts, and in the groin, usually in areas that sweat starts to pool and become sticky, which can explain why you get them popping up there. That's the first reason, and my tip for this is to keep the area as clean as possible, guys, and this includes the surrounding areas that you get boils as well. You could also use an antiseptic body wash, and your doctor may even have you try an antibiotic cream, which can help for some folks. Also, please do me a favor and change out of sweaty clothes, especially out of the gym or exercise. Take regular showers and avoid friction on the skin. This is going to make a huge impact. The germ enters the body through small cuts, even from friction and tears in the skin, which can then travel down the hair follicle. And sometimes you may even have a micro tear in your skin and not even know, especially from carrying a heavy bag or backpack that tugs on the skin. So from now on onwards, keep an eye out of the surrounding skin areas and make sure that they're clean and protected and aren't being pulled on. The second reason your boil is back is because you may have reduced immunity. Now, there can be a lot of different reasons why you may have a reduced immune system, being on an immunosuppressant medicine or having certain conditions which affect the immune system as well, such as chemo can also be a reason to why you're developing boils and they keep returning. Another reason is if you have a condition in which your wounds are taking longer to heal, like in diabetes or insulin resistance. These conditions can make you more prone to recurring boils. And what you can do for this is make sure you are going to your annual checkups, staying on top of your conditions, and building a strong immune system. One of the ways you can boost immunity is through functional mushrooms. For example, I like Thorne's Myco-Immune Liquid Dropper, which has a blend of 6 mushroom extracts shown to provide significant immune support, which I've linked for you down below. It's a safe and easy to use option to boost immunity. 3 drops a day and you're done. You'll be getting cordyceps, reishi, turkey tail, which we've already mentioned in other videos, and the role on protecting our immune system. The third reason you're getting recurring boils is just overall bad hygiene. The issue is you can easily spread bacteria from one part of the body to another, increasing the rate of returning boils. Even more true is if you sit on public toilet seats. Even if you use a toilet seat cover, there's no evidence that they work. Other common mistakes is not washing your bed sheets once a week. This includes your pillowcase too, especially if your boils are occurring on the face. Usually behind the ear and the upper lip are the 2 big sites. Another big mistake is not using a clean towel to dry off after a shower and keeping your towels near the toilet seat, which each toilet flush can spray up to I think about 5 feet in height. So please do all your flushing with the seat down because the contents inside the toilet bowl can fly up and stick to your butt. And we don't really want that. Also, if you can avoid sharing personal hygiene items with other people. Some people share toothbrushes with each other, which is still beyond me. So yeah, re-examine your hygiene habits and see what adjustments you can make. And don't be shy to comment down below your tips on this too and what has helped you. The fourth reason you're getting recurring boils is because of a condition known as Hidradenitis suppurativa, or otherwise known as acne inversa. And it was once thought to be a rare condition because only the most severe cases were reported. However, recent studies have shown that the condition affects at least 1 in 100 people. Now, this can be due to environmental causes, but more research now shows it is also a genetic issue as well, and it has to do with 3 genes: NCSTN, PSEN1, and PSENEN. These genes impair notch signaling in hair follicles, and it runs in the family. So if you have a family member who has boils and they're recurring, chances are you can develop that as well. Other causes of hidradenitis suppurativa are also if you have a higher BMI, which leads to more skin folds and friction, sweat production and retention, and hormonal changes that leads to more androgen production, and of course smoking. And there are usually 3 stages: early stage 1, which you don't have any scars or tunnels; early stage 2, where the scars and tunnels have formed and you can have more than one that is spaced out; and early stage 3, where they become interconnected. The abscesses occupy a larger space. And of course, the treatment options will differ for everyone because we might not all be in the same stage. Your doctor may want you to use doxycycline, spironolactone, and even metformin in some cases. And if it's not responding, then surgery can be an option as a last resort. Now, I've already made 2 videos that look at how to eliminate boils, which if you haven't watched yet, I definitely recommend that you do. But just to reiterate, if a boil is still growing in size, the abscess hasn't yet fully developed, in this phase, you can try to start or speed up the healing process by applying a warm, moist cloth on it. And you can even use a special ointment that draws and pulls out the pus from the boil itself called a drawing salve, which I'll link for you in the description below. Afterwards, you want to wash your hands as well as the boil site with an antibacterial soap to avoid spreading the staph bugs to other areas of the body. At night, what you can do is mix 5 drops of tea tree oil with a teaspoon of coconut or olive oil, which are your carrier oils, and then put the mixture on a cotton swab and apply it to the boil every night for the next 2 weeks. This is going to help with the swelling of the boil. And one thing I will say is please avoid popping them. A boil can push the germs deeper into the skin or bloodstream, potentially leading to a more serious issue. And if the boil spreads, gets worse, or you develop a fever, you should see your doctor right away. Even if it's on your face and is very painful, or it hasn't healed in 2 weeks or made any progress, please get this checked up on. But I'm more curious to hear from you guys. What helped your boil? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, click the subscribe button for me, and I'll see you guys on the next one.